leans me to suggest that they are probably doing the same route. They're starting with the black fire bombs as the gift, which allows you to sort of take out the Asylum Demon on your first encounter by just throwing 5 bombs at it. Which is pretty nice.
Oh, and the race started.
Raiden's off. And
Raiden's a bit
here we go.
off. Yeah, they will fix that in a second, so we get even.
Yeah. They'll align. So yeah, they both got the flat black fire bombs. We'll see a quick Silent Demon takedown. And also, they chose the Thief class, which means they get the Master Key just by default. Master Key, of course, allowing you to open up a lot of shortcuts and get to a lot of places earlier on, which is quite useful in a speedrunning situation.
Yeah, you can visit Blighttown early, which is needed for the DT+5 route, since they need to open the Firelink altar to make Fremd appear. So they can use a quantity storage glitch, which we come later to in the run when they're actually at the glitch.
Yeah, we'll explain the quantity storage later. It can be a bit complicated, but we'll simplify it for you, and we'll tell you exactly when it happens.
Pretty much advanced cheats.
So they both got the same opening attack here.
Ooh, Raiden actually getting stomped.
Yeah, Raiden got a bit staggered there, so he's a little behind, but that's not going to matter at all.
No big deal for an all bosses run.
Oh yeah. So I pick up the bandit knife.
So yeah, now they will just do the usual, talking to Oscar, getting Estes and the key to leave the asylum. And it's actually faster to talk to Oscar by like 2 seconds instead of killing him.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to suggest that. Why don't you kill him?
It's faster to kill him.
Yeah, they can just go downstairs now. Normally you'd go out the top and you'd plunge the Asylum Demon, but he is already dead, so they can just go downstairs and run straight for the door.
Let's see if muscle memory will take over and they quit out at the door.
Who's gonna quit out? Yeah. So Raiden, Raiden opened up the menu there. So the thing is, this game usually uses in-game time, and so because of that, there's a lot of quitting out on doors and stuff. But since this is a real-time sort of tournament, you don't quit out on the door, which is kind of unfamiliar to a lot of the runners.
Okay, both making their way up to Undeadburg. A really scary area actually for the early game, because some hollows can do a Superman jump attack, and that one is pretty much undodgeable if you're not a god gamer.
But they're pretty close at the moment.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
So far, no one's really in the lead. I mean, obviously 2REDs are slightly ahead, but nothing relevant. So Raiden went for a heal there, just to be extra safe.
Yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, and now they're going to visit the merchant. And they're going to buy some items from there that'll be useful for the rest of the run.
Yeah, they will buy... Let's see, what is Red buying? A few throwing daggers and the bottomless box and the rapier.
And the rapier.
So the throwing knives are needed to get the Hellkite Dragon in a few minutes down onto the bridge. He moves as soon as you hit him, so they can cut off his tail to get the Drake Sword. Also, they got the bottomless box for the quantity storage glitch later in the run. And the rapier for the move swap glitch that will come up kind of soon in around 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see it soon enough. It's very useful for the rest of the run. Now the Drake Sword, that's quite a powerful weapon for the early game. It doesn't really have any scaling, and so because of that, it's just got high base damage, which is useful for taking out the initial bosses. So they're both heading up to the Taurus Demon now. It's
hardest boss in the game, by the way.
Right? Yeah, definitely. So yeah, they're using the gold pine resin just to get an extra bit of damage on their weapon.
Yeah, since the bandit knife doesn't have great damage really by itself, they just buff it with the gold pine resin, which has a pretty good damage bonus. Like without it, they would deal like 20 or 30 damage a hit on Taurus Demon, but with it they deal 120 every hit.
And because it's a fast weapon, you get a lot more value out of the rest.
Red is...
Oh, geez, that's close.
That's close.
Well, it worked out, though. That's... So Raiden pulling slightly ahead because of that.
Yeah, getting a better fight. And now we will see the Hellkite Dragon strat.
It's a pretty interesting bit of a... Yeah, using the throwing knife to aggro the Drake is not easy.
It's pretty damn hard. You need good aim for that. Oh,
yeah, see,
Raiden
MrRaiden just missed that one.
Red hit it, though.
Shot, though. It's not looking good.
Nah, but he is patiently waiting every time for the crossbow dude to shoot at him, so he can dodge it. Which is smart. He can mess you up really hard, and if you're not fast enough with the tail cut, you are really in trouble because the dragon can fly up, he can turn around and just fire you to death.
Yeah, can happen. And both players now have the Drake sword. Now 2RED's pulling ahead because he didn't have too much trouble aggroing the Hellkite Drake with the dagger.
So next Red will head for the Undead Parish bonfire, I think?
I believe so. Yeah, so notice they can just run past Undead Berg. Normally what happens is a hollow runs past the gate and closes the gate on you before you can get there. But if you're fast enough, you can just run around the side and get through the gate before the hollow even closes it. That saves quite a bit of time. It's stopping you from having to go all the way downstairs to run past the hollow room and up the ladder and whatnot.
Oh yeah, bad memories from the casual play.
Yeah, good thing you never have to go there ever again.
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't die on the way, to be honest.
Yeah, so they're taking the Undead Parish bonfire here, and then I guess they're going up to gargoyles.
Yeah, they're going to kill gargoyles, but without move swap in this route, since they don't have a bow right now.
That's correct.
I'm not the biggest fan of no move swap gargoyles, or early gargoyles in general.
Yeah. It's like a regular... It's gonna play like a regular player.
Ooh.
No cheating.
But how do I beat the game without cheating?
It's a good question. The hollow room here can be a bit annoying. As you can see,
that is... Good reaction on the quit out. That saved him.
Definitely a good idea to quit out there.
Oh yeah, Raiden actually got the east-western shield for the hollow room for safety.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But still, you almost the hollow room. Oh, Red actually got sniped off the ladder.
That's really unfortunate.
That depth screen.
So that's a pretty big time loss, but it's still, in the grand scale of things, not much. Raiden's gonna be ahead, but we'll see.
So have you seen his depth screen right now?
No, what?
It's Red's depth screen said, "Please no DS3 all achievements."
Oh, I totally missed that.
That's great. Okay, yeah, Raiden fighting gargoyles now. 4 hits dagger with the Drake sword.
You want to try and take out one of the gargoyles before the second one arrives.
Comes, yes.
And he managed to do it with a bit of overlap there, but it turned out alright. And the rest of the fight should be locked up from here.
Yeah, it can get so messy if both gargoyles are in the fight at the same time.
But 2RED, he's quickly made it back. He's climbing back up the ladder and he's going to have a shot at gargoyles as well.
Let's hope he gets good gargoyle RNG and can clear out the fight pretty fast.
Yeah, hope for the best.
And see, he gets a good opener. Tail cut.
Also taking off the tail there gets a big chunk of HP off, makes him stagger a bit, and also he loses one of his attacks. So it's a good thing to just cut it off.
Yeah. Oh, perfect first gargoyle. Second gargoyle is a bit jumpy, but no big deal. He got this.
Yeah. The fire attack's definitely the best one to get. There's only one.
Yeah. You can just run past it and then hit on him while he doesn't even care about you. Right, so Raiden, is he going to get RTSR next? Yeah, I think he's going to buy 999 arrows now, and after that going to pick up RTSR.
Yeah, there's the arrows, and the arrows are useful for like quantity storage or QS glitch, which again we'll explain as it happens, so you don't need to retain that information until it's relevant.
Oh, and Red putting on the gargoyle helm, so for our boy Pink, Red is already the winner here.
Yeah, that's definitely some good fashion.
Red having some troubles with the bone dupe here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So duping. You can dupe items which give you confirmation boxes like that, such as boss souls and homeward bones, by queuing up the action while doing an animation of something like rolling or parrying, and then you use an Estus in your menu. And what happens is it consumes the Estus but uses the effect of the homeward bone, and so effectively you get to use infinite homeward bones from just one, but it consumes the Estus instead. And this is a very useful glitch for a lot of parts.
Yeah, you can do that with boss souls, firekeeper souls, pretty much everything that has a confirmation box in the game.
Yeah.
Other items are a bit more tricky. It's like 2 to 1 frame window to dupe non-confirmation box items.
Yeah, there's no frame duping in either of these, or in this route, but frame duping is quite difficult to pull off. It's quite precise, but it's not relevant for this case.
Yep. And both not doing flower skip.
Yeah, neither doing flower skip.
Ah, wait, they can't. They have to pick up the longbow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they're excused. They're excused. No peach here.
Yeah, you get away with it this time. So yeah, the flower skip's just a shorter jump down onto a rock and rolling off, which gets you to drop down a little bit faster.
Saves like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, nothing huge.
But it's super risky if you fail it.
So this elevator here, you can drop a lot of stuff there. It's a good little break to just clear out your inventory.
Yeah, Raiden running through the Valley of Drakes, this can actually be super dangerous if you get unlucky.
It can be. There is just a chance that the lightning hits you on the ladder, which can be kind of annoying. There is an extremely rare chance that you can get like a double hit on the ladder, and in that case you just outright die.
Yeah, but also on the way you can get pushed by a wing into a lightning attack, get staggered, and then you get another lightning attack that hits you 100% for sure. And
oh, I've had that happen.
Happens to everyone. But only on a good star, by the way. Never on a bad star. And we see it as Red. Red just got it. We jinxed it. I'm so sorry, Red.
That is unfortunate. The run back is quite long.
Yeah, that will cost him like 2 minutes.
So is he just not going for RTSR?
He's skipping RTSR now.
Okay.
Well, I guess he can do that since Dragon Tooth plus 5 does a massive amount of damage.
Yeah, he'll be alright, but...
Yeah, it's probably faster to just ignore Red Tear Stone Ring now and just do it normally, since it takes like 2 minutes to run back.
Maybe, but like, I think you want to get the RTSR at some point. Like, over the course of the whole run. I think you'd rather have it.
Yeah, it probably saves time over the whole run, even if he runs back now. And Red having some problems with Sense Gate Skip.
So anyway, we should probably explain Sense Gate Skip. Do you want to give that a shot?
Yeah, for sure. So, Sense Gate Skip. We saw that Raiden's side right now, and Red also got the death cam glitch now. So, when you repose the hollow in this particular position, there's a kill box really high up. But before the kill box is a death cam trigger that starts moving a camera up and deloading interactable stuff. So by hitting that death cam trigger, they can actually run to Sense Fortress and skip the gate, since it's an interactable object, and they can visit Sense Fortress without ringing both bells. That saves a massive amount of time, since they don't need to visit Blighttown early.
It's a major skip because it lets you get the Lord Vessel very quickly, and the Lord Vessel, of course, lets you walk between bonfires, which, as you can imagine, can save a lot of time pathing, which you need to work your way around normally without Sense Gate Skip. In this case, you can walk around for bonfires you've accessed early, and yeah, it's pretty big. So both players now in the Sen's Fortress.
One of my favorite parts of the run.
Yeah, same actually. Like Sen's Fortress, it might be, you might have some bad memories of it.
Everyone has them.
Yeah, but in a speedrun environment, it's actually quite comfy because you know exactly how all the swinging pendulums will behave, exactly when the boulder's gonna roll. Like watch 2RED here, he knows the boulder comes, so he waits for it, runs up, and it's consistent. Honestly, as long as you run in the same way every time, you can just sort of almost turn your brain off and just head your way up to Iron Golem.
Yeah, you just know what happens, and it feels so smooth and good to run through this.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones simulator, I should call it.
Yeah, it's the most video game place in the game, really. Like these kind of trap houses don't exist in real life. Let's be honest.
Sadly, not. Oh yeah, and MrRaiden took damage from the dart trap, but that was intended to set up RTSR. We maybe should have explained what RTSR is since we already talked about it.
True, we didn't actually explain that. So the RTSR is the red tier stone ring, and what that does is it boosts your damage output by 20%, which is quite significant. Oh, wait, it's more than 20%, isn't it?
No. If you're under 20% HP, it boosts your damage
under
by
20%.
50%.
Yeah, sorry, wires crossed. You get a 50% damage increase, which is a lot. And especially when combined with move swap, which I guess I'll explain now.
Yeah.
So notice MrRaiden has a bow on the left and a rapier to the right. And what he just did there is, while in a jumping animation, he triggered the thing to two-hand his bow. And while he did that, he replaced the bow with the Drake Sword. And so when he lands again, he ends up two-handing the Drake Sword in the left hand. This is an unintended mechanic, so what does this do, you might ask? Well, two-handing in the left hand, it causes something called, it uses the running attack of the right-hand weapon and the rolling attack of the right-hand weapon, which is the rapier, which has a double hit. And that combined with the Drake Sword means you just get to run twice, hit twice with the Drake Sword, which is very good.
And Raiden doing Iron Golem right now. A really tanky boss, but why kill him when you can throw him off?
Yeah, exactly.
So Iron Golem...
you can just hit him. Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, Iron Golem, if you do 400 damage to him under his kneecap, he will start this staggering animation where he just wonks around a bit. And if you do 200 damage more, then he will fall off. And if you do that in a correct angle, then he will fall down from the bridge and just die instantly to the kill box.
Yeah, and that's definitely the fastest way of killing him.
Red actually having a harder Iron Golem fight since he has no RTSR. Oh, and the Iron Golem didn't fall off because he didn't have the correct angle, so he has to reset this fight now.
That's unfortunate. I mean, it's...
He can also just kill him.
True.
But I think resetting...
No RTSR.
The fight would be smarter.
Anyway, I'm a little bit behind, so forgive me.
No
Quite up to date.
So Raiden and Arnolondo now. A place a lot of people take like 20 hours to reach. He just did it in casual 18 minutes.
Yeah. And of course it's made a lot easier by Sen's gate skip, which just lets you get there really quickly. Okay, I think I'm back now. So 2RED, giving another shot on the Iron Golem. Oh, he missed.
Falling off.
He missed the double attack on the leg, which I think would have stunned him in that case. Oh, maybe not quite.
Not quite, I think. Since you already stunned him once, and he's not aiming his camera down, so he hits a lot over the kneecap actually.
So MrRaiden's now in the Arnolondo rafters, which is another infamous place in the game. And one thing that can happen in the speedrun is that on that first ladder he climbed up, they can just snipe you with, the Painter Guardians can snipe you with the throwing knives. And like luckily he didn't get any, but yeah. Back on 2RED, he managed to, the stagger
make
did
Iron
not
Golem
make
fall again, but not off the bridge. I guess he will just kill him.
Yeah, he's just gonna go for the full.
Yeah, in his defense, Iron Golem without red tier stone ring is really precise and not actually that easy. It's consistent, but it's hard to execute, and if you didn't practice it since you're not used to it or never have to do it, it's actually pretty tough.
This is an unforeseen circumstance for 2RED. He's doing pretty good, all considering. it was a risky and pretty bold move to not grab the RTSR, give it a second show, get a second go, but yeah.
He stays his man.
Oh. He's almost there.
Okay, he killed Iron Golem.
There we go. Killed Iron Golem without making him stagger.
I haven't seen him kill like that in a long time, by the way.
Well, he's done it. Okay, and he's now an Analondo. Now, honestly, this is not over yet, far from it. I mean, so much can go wrong in so many places.
Especially since Ornstein and Smo are coming up. The probably hardest boss of the speedrun. And the most RNG heavy boss.
Yeah, everyone's been taking the bonfire next to ONS because, honestly, doesn't matter how good you are, you can't risk not taking it in a tournament like this.
Okay, and for every casual player right now who has nightmares of these archers, just look what Raiden will do if he gets the chance, and feel better.
Oh, yeah, he got the wrong attack there. Oh, he got the right attack, he just didn't go forwards enough.
Well,
there we go.
Also works.
Yeah.
He can also, if the archer keeps shooting his bow, he can just run up to him and use the two-handed Drake Sword R2 to throw him off, which is really satisfying after getting killed by these archers over and over when you play it casually.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's hope Red survives the rafters. He already got hit by a knife.
He got hit, but he healed up just to be safe, which is a fair thing to do. Especially at this point, he knows he's behind, he needs to... I mean, he doesn't want to get further behind, basically.
Well, if he goes for Namu Rafters, he actually saves 20 minutes and would win.
Oh yeah, he didn't go for Namu Rafters.
Ooh,
so Namu Rafters is a strategy where you can jump to the right a little earlier, which saves, like, realistically nothing. But yeah, so MrRaiden picked up the Dragon Tooth here. And he didn't bone back. I think if you take the bonfire, it's actually faster to just homeward bone. Straight up, pick it up.
In-game time-wise. RTA-wise, it's faster to just walk around, since you otherwise had to wait for a load screen, which is like 5 seconds long.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it'll be pretty
all
close.
About RTA spreads here.
Yep, so MrRaiden is now attempting to move swap the Dragon Tooth. Now, like the Drake Sword before, he's going to have the running attack of the Rapier, which hits twice, while equipping the huge weapon, which is the Dragon's Tooth. And you can imagine this is going to get some really big damage, especially when he's got the red Tearstone ring as well.
He pretty much hits like a truck. And he will two-shot Ornstein if everything goes well. Gets the good opener.
Nice.
Sidesteps. Oh.
Ooh. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, that was the worst attack Ornstein could have followed up with.
Yeah, and he had a jump back as well. But, I mean, at least 2RED can catch up now.
Yeah, as we said, everything can happen. And now that Raiden actually died to ONS, the fight will be a bit harder because he gets a different opening. Which you obviously never practice, because why would you practice an opening when you're supposed to beat the boss first try every time?
Yeah, it's actually a lot worse, the opening, because when in your first encounter with ONS, you can get the attack he got initially with the charge and Smo's far away, and that's optimal. And in the best situation, you can just 2-hit, or 4-hit technically, on Ornstein, and just take him out before Smo even gets to you. So MrRaiden quitting out there to make sure the Sentinels don't attack him, because after aggroing them, who knows what they might do.
Yeah, they can do a 360 spin attack.
Oh yeah.
And there's also an archer who can shoot at you.
That's true.
Ooh, Raiden not being move swapped right now. It's a bit risky.
Having a bit of trouble there, but 2RED is catching up. Oh, 2RED, nice dodge on the lightning spear there. Now these gargoyle... What do you call these guys? The Batwing Demons?
Yeah, Batwing Demons, I think.
The Batwing Demons. Which one? What are they called?
Batwing Demons, I think.
Okay, they are Batwing Demons, yeah. Well, these guys, they throw lightning spears at you, And the main way people dodge them is by listening to an audio cue, because you can hear them sort of go, ah! And then they throw the spear. And when that happens, you know you can dodge it. But it still takes a lot of practice to know where to dodge, how they dodge, and when you're running up that area, it's kind of messes with your movement a bit. Like when you move side to side, it might be a bit more difficult.
Yes, but you could also just look back.
Yeah, MrRaiden is taking a bit of trouble in the move swap.
Yeah, move swap is a really hard glitch, and failing it is really not the worst thing to do, but it gets to your head after a while if you fail it too much.
Yeah. It's one of those glitches where we will be perfect at it for like a week, and then all of a sudden you just cannot do it. But yeah, one of the hard things is that it's not just about being quick, it's about a rhythm. You've got to be very precise with it. Like, if you're too quick, you'll end up swinging the weapon. If you're too slow, you won't equip it at all. Well, he got it there.
He got it.
So, there's a real finesse to it.
Let's hope the fight goes well.
Yeah. So this is a decent opener. He's going to get a running attack here. Not sure where Smo is right now.
Oh no.
Dang. That would have been, I think that would have been good if he...
That would have been a really good kill, and Smo was still a bit away, so he had time to roll his attack.
And like we said, this can go either way. I mean, 2RED is now technically ahead.
Technically, 2RED is ahead now, but he has to do the fight without RTS, which means the fight in the first phase, which is the hard part of the fight, will keep being longer, so there's more RNG that can happen.
Yeah.
Since he needs
so it's a 3-hit now.
Yeah, 3 hits for Ornstein now.
But on the bright side, he can tank a hit.
He can tank a hit as long as he doesn't get counter hit.
True.
Base 9 vitality.
Oh, that's a bad tactic, yeah.
He's dead. Yeah, that was greedy, but also a bit unlucky that Smo started up the shovel there. The shovel, by far the worst attack you can get in this fight.
Yeah. And there's a reason this boss is infamous in the series. But yeah, both players are basically at the same point right now.
Yep, we evened out.
Yeah. We'll see who can beat ONS first. 2RED having a bit of trouble jumping the railing here. Ooh. Jumping the railing is a pretty neat skip there, because usually you have to run all the way up the staircase, open up some doors, go around the place, and come back down. And it's not fast. It's really slow.
MrRaiden getting Ornstein poked again.
Getting poked.
The most important thing for both runners right now is to keep calm and try playing concentrated, playing safe, not trying to do any hero moves out of frustration. And I hope none of them has the stream open or the chat, because that can mess with your head a lot.
Yeah, it's better to just do it in a vacuum and just pretend you're alone.
That's how I did it. So yeah, 2RED really patient right now. Really waiting for a super safe attack.
Got hit there, but it doesn't matter, because no RTSR. Okay, so it's just, I think, one more running attack.
No, 2 more.
Oh, it's kind of hard to see the health bar.
It's hard to see, yeah.
Yeah, both players doing ONS right now. Oh, MrRaiden taken out.
Raiden getting really unlucky in this fight. Ooh, Red actually taking a dangerous hit there, but still alive.
But he's alive?
He's alive, he didn't get countered, so it doesn't kill him.
The new RTSR is almost sort of working out for him a bit.
It's kind of working out, yeah.
Oh,
this is scary. Jeez. He got lucky they both attacked at the same time. Oh, dang.
There goes the spear attack.
I just wanted to say that he got lucky that they both attacked at the same time so he could iframe both attacks.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's something that can happen where you get wombo comboed. Ornstein does a spear, right followed by Smo doing the hammer attack. And you just don't have enough iframes to dodge that, and that's just an unavoidable attack.
Yeah, especially with mid-roll. With quick roll you might, if you're lucky, but
But the most important thing in this fight is positioning. It's because you can avoid stuff like that just by making sure that Smo's in the right place.
Ooh, Raiden
and so is
getting
Ornstein
down.
Yep, so this is almost locked down the fight. That's the hardest part down, basically. So for this part, the Super Smo is actually a little bit better because you can stun lock him by just running attacking him constantly. And there's not much you can do, as long as you manage your stamina correctly.
Yeah, and wait with your follow-ups.
Fight done. 2RED dead again.
Oh, poor Red. And
that's the fight done for MrRaiden.
Passed ONS. Nice. Was a bit risky since he didn't aim up on Super Smo.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes Smo can do the jump in the air, slam on the ground, lightning attack. And when that happens, you might just be missing a little bit for the stagger. And so you look up to make sure your weapon attacks a little more upwards to increase the odds of you making sure you stagger him.
Yeah, and even without a jump attack, it can just happen that you hit between his legs, and for some reason Miyazaki was a fan of making the enemy hitbox really good if you try to attack him. But if they attack you, yeah, everything will hit you no matter how far away you are.
2RED got a little bit memed by the Sentinels.
Yeah, I hope he gets this fight now.
Yeah, hopefully he gets it. Let's see. Fingers crossed.
Still going to strafe attacks though, that's respectable.
Managed to avoid the shovel. So MrRaiden's gonna kick Lautrec off a cliff now.
Another feels good moment for every casual player.
Oh yeah. Everyone hates Lautrec. If you play the game, you know that, you know, he kills the Firekeeper.
And there we have a moment. Yeah, Red just got the moment.
Yeah. But MrRaiden, you got the Ring of Favor and Protection. Which is a very good ring. Do you want to describe what that does?
Yeah, the Ring of Favor and Protection boosts your HP, your stamina, and your equip load by 20%. So it's really powerful early on. But the downside of the ring is that if you take it off, it breaks. So you pretty much lose a full ring slot if you equip that ring. But since it's such a strong ring, you want to keep it on for quite a long time.
So MrRaiden heading down, basically skipping Blighttown by going through this back way here. It's rather than the conventional way from going into the depths and such. This is a lot quicker way of getting to Quaylag.
Yeah, and we have a convenient drop we can do here, so we don't even need to use ladders. Get wrecked, Zeus.
Yeah. It'll look a bit scary, but watch the way he just falls down. Oh, he's going. Wait, oh, is he?
I think he took the wrong plank.
I think he was going to go for the plunge.
Oh, is he going for the plunge? Yeah, Raiden going for the plunge. What a man.
Oh.
And he got it.
So much respect. Okay, so what happened there? That's a pretty new glitch. So it turns out that if you plunge certain like slopes and stuff during a fall and you just don't touch your inputs at all, you can then roll the fall damage. So you can roll mid-air and you can iframe the fall damage and just... It's a bit scary, but it's pretty cool and there's a lot of nice areas you can do those skips.
Oh, Red
anyway, so...
Ornstein.
Oh god! That's not good.
Oh, he survived.
He's alive!
9 Vitality can actually survive that attack if you don't get counter hit. You just have to tank it. But Red also not aiming up, and that's why he misses hits and Smo can actually do attacks.
Yeah, he's playing extra cautious now after that. He saw his life flash before his eyes and he realized it's not worth the risk. One more. Oh, he's going for the regular attack? Yeah. Nice. ONS down to 2RED.
So the race pretty much starts now.
Yeah, the race starts, and this can go either way, like we said earlier, because not long ago, 2RED was actually ahead at one point. Yeah, so MrRaiden heading off to do Quaylag now.
Oh yeah, MrRaiden also picked up a Dragon Scale, which he will need to upgrade his Dragon Tooth. And he will dupe that Dragon Scale so he has 99 of them in a bit. After the Quellac fight, I think he does that. And then he gets a Dragon Tooth +5 really early, and that combined with RTSR and the move swap glitch is just disgusting amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's really good. That's one of the reasons people choose this route. It's quite cool.
It's a really comfortable route.
But I guess we could explain the gist of how quantity store is now to begin with. So the Dragon Scale, you only get one of them. And you do a glitch to sell 999 Dragon Scales to France, even though you have one. And so what that does is it underflows the amount of Dragon Scales you have. And so you go from 1 to 999, because it goes up to the maximum. Because of the integer wrapping. And that's very interesting, and because of that, you can then just upgrade to Dragon Tooth +5. And,
Ooh. Raiden dying to Quellac.
That's the Quellac explosion attack.
Everyone's runner's favorite attack.
Yeah, sometimes you can just get stuck in Quellac if you just run attack in and the hitboxes are all around you. Then she does the explosion attack and basically you're a goner unless you quit out.
Yeah. So to the quantity storage glitch, one part you forgot about it. Before they dupe the items they want to dupe, they have to call up a prompt that says 999. That's why they both bought 999 arrows. And the game has a really weird action queue, so it remembers the 999 arrows. Then they attempt to dupe a bone, but don't dupe the bone actually. Start talking to an NPC, and that completely messes up the action queue. So the game will tell you, hey, wanna sell 999 of that item or that item. I don't fully understand it, but I think that's kind of how it works.
Yeah. It's quite a tricky glitch to fully understand why it works. Not why have I said I fully understood it, but that's basically it. So you look at the arrows, you look at the drop menu for the arrows, 999 of them, and that is the last amount of items selection menu you've looked at. And then when you get to selling the scales, while having the homeward bone menu up, you stop the regular amount of sell one dragon scale from appearing, and instead it chooses the last menu it saw, which was the 999. If that kind of makes a bit of sense. Probably not.
Yeah, that makes good sense. Oh, and Raiden again, getting the jump. That's unlucky.
Getting the jump attack.
So yeah, to Quellac, she is normally a really easy boss since you just need to stand next to her and she probably can't hit you at all. But if you are too far away from her, she can do a jump attack like she just did where she spews fire at you. And then you can't get close to her anymore because lava's at the ground. Good luck getting close. And if you're close, she can just do an explosion and you have to run away from her or die in one hit because that explosion deals massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, you gotta be really cautious about where all the lava is in Quellac's fight. You gotta have good, spatial sort of memory, knowing where the attacks have happened, so you don't run into the lava while you're trying to run away from the explosion attack.
Oh yeah, and I actually have to correct myself a little bit. There's a slope in this fight, and if you fight Quellac on that slope, she can actually hit you with her close range attacks, because the slope just messes up hitboxes badly.
Yeah, that's right. So as you can see, both players are just neck and neck. We're 38 minutes in and they're still at the same point, basically.
This is actually a clutch race.
This is really clutch. And it's really good how they're doing the same DT +5 route. Yeah, 2RED almost died there, getting into the lava.
Getting a bit puked on.
There's
getting the explosion. Both getting the explosion.
Yeah. Neither of them are using RTSR right now, so it's the same damage on both parties.
Yeah, it's 5 hits to kill Quellac. And Red finished the fight.
There we
go. Well done. Oh, and Raiden, lava everywhere.
Yeah. He's playing quite safe. He's going to take the opportunity to heal up. I think he should just do a couple more running attacks and he should be...
Yeah, one more
hit.
He's done.
There we go.
And fight is done.
Nice.
So 2RED
That's the bell rung.
rang the second bell of awakening, so he can enter Firelink Altar, and more importantly, he can talk to Fremd, which is the NPC we use for the quantity storage glitch, since we sell, or rather said, feed him the items we want to duplicate.
Yeah, that's right. So it's gonna look a bit tricky watching the menuing, but we'll try and walk you through it.
Oh yeah, it's also important to have the items you want to dupe in the bottomless box, otherwise you lose them. You really sell them instead of duplicating them.
Yeah, if you want to underflow it, it needs to be in the bottomless box. So that's a mistake that's easy to make. So
it's such a small step that's so easy forgotten, and it just kills you. Okay, so you guys thought these runners do a ton of damage and are pretty strong for the point in the game. Well, they pretty much become gods after they are done with this menuing now.
Oh yeah. So you see him looking at the arrows there, looking at the drop menu, moving around, and yeah, he didn't quite get it there. So 2RED is going to look at the arrows. He's going to queue up the bone, so he's got the bone action queued. Stand still to make the prompt come up. In theory.
Yeah.
We'll try one more time.
I don't know what he's doing wrong.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing it right to me.
Now he got it.
There we go. And you saw the bone menu came up at the same time he was going to speed the dragon scales. Now he has 999.
Yeah, conveniently enough, he sold 999 dragon scales, but also got 99 gifted. This
yeah,
NPC
it's a win.
is really nice.
Frampt is really getting scammed on this deal.
Well, he calls us a sorry fool, so it's deserved, I guess.
Yeah, he deserves it. Also, he tricks you into, like, killing yourself so that you can, you know, restart the first flame.
Oh,
So
Red
he's not a great guy.
Having a lot of troubles with the quantity storage right now, while
Yeah, I'm not
Raiden
sure
is
what's
already
happening.
becoming a god right now. So
Yeah, so you see MrRaiden has a lot of souls.
Yeah, casual 10
souls.
million.
So he's just gonna get all the stats in the world, because why not? Right, now it's 2RED's time to do the same. Gonna reinforce that Dragon Tooth, get +5.
They're
which is
both
the
a god
maximum
now.
upgrade. Now, dragon scales are normally very hard to come by in the game. There's not many of them around. There's like a few in Ash Lake. The Hydras drop them. There's the undead dragons that drop them. But for the most part, they're pretty hard to come by.
And pretty slow
There's that one
to
in the
get.
chest which is easy to access. So duplicating dragon scales is a big deal, because a Dragon Tooth +5 in a regular playthrough is quite hard to actually get.
Okay, Raiden coming up at Ceaseless Discharge.
Yeah, same with 2RED, they're both heading.
Yeah, they're actually both heading there, so it's still really close. 43
Man, I really
minutes
like
in.
how close this is.
This is wonderful.
This is great. Very
Triggering
exciting.
the boss fight with a throwing knife. Now the tricky part at this boss, dodging him, because this boss has actually probably the worst hitboxes out of every Soulspawn boss ever created.
Yeah, that's probably right. But thankfully, he's got a lot of health. So
yeah, they
I
can
think he
tank
just
hits.
survive.
Oh, yeah, let's not tank hits, I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, I mean, he tanked it, but like, it's still not optimal. But this should take him out. There we go.
Yeah.
And now it's 2RED's time to do the same thing. Got a bone out.
And as you see, this is normally a late game boss, and they just kill him in 4 hits. Or 5.
Yeah. There is a way to, a scripted way to kill Ceaseless Discharge by running back to the fog gate once you've killed him.
Wait. Raiden boned out too early.
I thought he might have. It looked like he did, but I didn't want to say anything. Oh, jeez. 2RED's ahead then.
Yeah, 2RED's ahead now if he doesn't bone too early. No, 2RED
So what
got
happened
it
there,
correct.
if you missed it, is MrRaiden, he used his homeward bone before the game registered Ceaseless being dead. And so because of that, he didn't actually die and the flag was never set. So 2Red's ahead now.
Yeah, at least Ceaseless Discharge won't be aggressive since you didn't pick up the items. He's only aggressive at the start of every fight if you pick up the items. Otherwise, he just forgets about you that you attacked him. Oh yeah.
Now, what 2Red's doing here, this is a very, very cool glitch. This is the Fire Sage elevator plunge. So you notice he's standing next to the elevator and he's quitting out a bunch of times. And what's happening here is the elevator is actually part of the Demon Ruins map and not the Quailag's domain map. And so it loads in a little slower. So what happens is whenever you come back into the game, you go back a little further every time you quit out. So he slowly inches his way back and the elevator loads in after the rest of the world. So he can clip through the elevator with enough quit outs and plunge the Demon Fire Stage like that, which just, it's honestly a miracle that this works.
Yeah, so conveniently placed. Also, the boss AI doesn't work because he did that. Since the boss AI activation is put to the fog gate, I think?
That's right.
Oh, and Raiden having some frame problems, I think.
Yeah, not sure what's happening there. Hopefully they'll clear up for us.
No, he just warped to the elevator.
Yeah, so he's going to do the same thing now. Going to do the plunge. Now, it is possible to actually... This plunge can go wrong. You can land on the branch above and just die before you get the plunge. Because, of course, if you land, the fall damage kills you here. But, thankfully, plunging attacks don't cause you to take any damage, so...
Oh, now we have problems on that side. They both seem to have internet problems a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Red coming up at Centipede Demon. Another Isolith boss, another boss with terrible hitboxes. That's a common theme in this area, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think Lost Isolith was rushed, which is kind of unfortunate. The Centipede Demon's actually quite a cool boss. A lot of you probably don't remember much about it, because it's just... It doesn't feel fun to fight on the first playthrough because you got this lava which blinds you. You can't really see it very well. It's kind of hard to determine what the Centipede Demon actually is. But there's actually a lot of cool mechanics in it. Like if you can cut off its limbs and they become independent entities which crawl around and you can kill those. And it's quite a cool boss. And in speedrunning like this, it can be quite fun.
Yeah, and the most important thing, if you kill this boss, you get a ring, so you can walk over the lava that would otherwise deal massive damage to you. And also, since he has the ring, he can kick enemies to death now because his feet deal 5 fire damage.
Yeah.
Important thing.
I don't think he's going to utilize that.
To be honest, I would pay money to see someone kick Bed of Chaos to death.
Ooh. Oh, you totally could, couldn't you?
Like,
there's no reason.
She's not fire
resistant. Even slower. I mean, I guess it's slightly slower, but yeah, whatever. And that's Centipede down for MrRaiden as well, both heading off to Bed of Chaos. Now, Bed of Chaos, of course, is another bonfire, another boss that causes a lot of frustration for a lot of people. Do you want to tell them about how we kill Bed of Chaos in the speedrun?
Yeah, sure. So, normally, you run around, try to not get pushed into holes, but we don't like doing that. So we just run up to the middle, aim with our bow at 2 specific spots, throw bombs, and destroy the outside so we don't have to run there. And then we can just run to the actual boss and kill him. Pretty easy, pretty cool, and frustration-free. That's the most important part.
Yeah, it makes the fight a lot better.
It also, compared to the normal way, saves around 1.5 minutes. Which is huge. And I think without that strat, I wouldn't actually run this game.
Yeah, it's almost like that bad normally.
Ooh, I think the restream is having problems. I'm buffering.
Yeah, I've had that a few times too. I just had to reload the page and that seemed to fix up most of the time.
Okay. Well, let's hope it works.
So 2RED's sliding into the Bed of Chaos boss fight now. You'll see him use these fire bombs. And MrRaiden's also heading on his way to the fight.
Okay, I have a picture now.
Okay, because I don't.
Okay, it's still stuttering, but... And now it's dead again. But Red should be doing Toki bombs right now, the strat I just explained. To kill Bat of Chaos pretty quick. And yeah, I hope these problems are fixed pretty soon.
Yeah, so it's happening on both our side. It might not be our internet's fault.
It might actually be the restream and not the connection of the players.
That's alright, we can speculate about what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what place they go after Bat of Chaos though. I'm not really familiar with the route.
I don't remember either. One thing that can happen in the Bed of Chaos boss fight, not sure if it has happened, hopefully not, is you can get the Chaos Firestorms to happen.
Oh, that doesn't matter in DT plus 5, they don't die from it.
It doesn't matter in this route, thankfully, but that can just take a hit, it can slow you down a bit. In other routes of lower vitality levels, you can just die from that. But, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna... Apparently the restream is fine for other people.
Okay, the restream is fine for other people. But would still be good that we, as the commentators, maybe get a picture.
Yeah, at least one of us.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, we apologize for this. Hopefully you're enjoying the race. It's a very, very close one.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm
race.
Enjoying it. It's very entertaining. Okay, I'm gonna head over to the actual speed gaming, like Twitch. I'll be a bit behind, but at least I'll be able to comment on something.
Yeah, I hope we can fix that pretty quick.
Yeah. Right, so 2RED2Game heading off to Capra. This is a pretty quick fight. You notice MrRaiden got the crest of Artorias here, he's gonna head off this way.
Oh, you got a picture again, or are you watching the stream?
No, I'm watching the live stream.
Yeah, I switched to that also now. Until we have a picture again.
So now 2RED2Game is on his way. He's through the depths now, and he's gonna kill the Gaping Dragon. Now the Gaping Dragon is vulnerable on the head, so he's gonna try and do some running attacks on the head, and that's gonna just take him out very quickly. As for MrRaiden, I believe he's gonna head off to fight Sith now. Everyone's favorite doggo, or least favorite doggo, if you run the game.
Yeah, if you run the game, you don't like this boss. And I have a picture now.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful. No sounds, but at least a picture. Raiden already killed Gaping Dragon, right?
I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, I must have, right? Because they're doing the same round, unless they got some different variants.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the order they do it, I think, for most of the stuff. Since they don't need RTSR setups for Gaping Dragon and Capra Demon, so I guess they're just diversing the route a little bit. So yeah, 2RED2Game, killing Gaping Dragon, 2 running attacks, 1 heavy attack, easy boss. And Raiden heading for the Hydra.
Yeah. So the Hydra isn't... I mean, it's not a boss, but you need to kill it because it's part of the sequence of things required to access the DLC areas, and the DLC bosses are, of course, part of the All Bosses speedrun.
Oh, sound to red. Okay, and now I actually know why Red did Capra Demon and Gaping Dragon that early. Because he wanted to get fall control, which you normally don't get in this route. But there's a skip later on where fall control is convenient, but you can also do it without it. But Red is not comfortable with that, so...
Ah, yeah. That's a good skip.
Okay, I just got a message from the bot. The speed gaming bot.
So did I.
Let's see if that maybe fixes it. Let's hope.
Right. So the stray demon, you gotta return back to the asylum to fight that one. It's basically the asylum demon V2. It's a lot bigger. It's got a lot of health actually, surprisingly. It's got a few more attacks. But overall, the boss fight isn't too difficult. Just very tanky, and you got to position correctly so that you don't get hit by those magic attacks because they explode and deal a lot of damage.
Okay, I still don't get a picture on the speed gaming restream, so I just used the normal restream.
Right.
We'll be a bit behind you, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal.
I think I'm up now. Okay. Oh, no. So yeah, that's 2RED. He's got the peculiar doll now, and he's going to use that to access the painted world. Now, when you get to the painting in Analondo, if you have the peculiar doll, you can just enter the painted world, and that's an interesting little area. There's an optional boss in there, but of course, in the all bosses race, it's not optional. You have to actually kill Priscilla, which can be a interesting boss.
Yeah, interesting the least. And Raiden just got killed an Crystal Golem to free Dusk, which he needs to do to enter the DLC later on. To find the DLC in this game, it's a puzzle, like, I don't know how they expected anyone to figure that out by themselves.
Yeah. Like, to get to the DLC, it's just so cryptic. And same with, like, Priscilla. It's just, they just like doing that. It's something that the Dark Souls From Software likes to do. I'll have a lot of hidden areas which are hard to get to, which I think is pretty cool, but can be kind of annoying on a first playthrough, just missing all this content.
Yeah, I missed Priscilla and the DLC in my first playthrough.
That's okay, Gwendolyn taken down for 2RED.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn is a quite annoying boss for speedrunning, because the attacks you get are quite RNG heavy. So basically, he's got a few attacks he can do. He can do the big magic attack, which he can roll and avoid. There's the lots of small missiles, and there's the arrow attack. Now, if you get lots of the small missiles, you just need to hide behind the pillar, and it's not very good. Optimally, you want to get lots of arrow attacks, because then you can start sort of serpentine maneuver running towards him, and you take him out faster.
Yeah, and now in reality, it's just about how much you practice the boss. It's zero RNG. Every speedrunner loves it. If you don't practice it, you get bad attacks. Oh, and Raiden coming up at Sif. Our favorite dog.
Everyone's favorite doggo.
I'm still convinced that he's just a bunny wearing a wolf cosplay.
100%. So if you don't know, Sif's signature move is to just jump around. Sif is known for just doing a lot of jumps, and he can land on you, deal damage, and slowly whittle you away, and it's just waste a lot of time. There's no way to really avoid it, and yeah, it can be frustrating.
Yeah, but Raiden got a good fight. Only one jump. Can be happy with that. Good. So yeah, since Red got the magic and stuff, it's actually kind of a different route now.
Yeah.
Oh, he also got magic for Moonlight Butterflies, so he doesn't have to throw bombs at him.
Right.
It's still slower to get the magic.
It is slower, but so the usual thing to do is to throw the black fire bombs at the Moonlight Butterfly, And by free aiming it, it's technically better. Like, if you can aim it correctly, you will... you can miss it if you lock on, is essentially the problem. And so you're forced to free aim it to be optimal, which can be a bit annoying.
Yeah, but it's not that bad, since at least you can die, since you have the stone armor, which is really powerful. And you have unlimited bombs, since you just duped 99 of them.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen is losing time, and Red is tanking a few arrows, but he doesn't care with his HP bar. So Priscilla,
yeah, that's a nice thing about this route.
You see the boss and the boss is gone. This boss becomes invisible after you first time hit her.
Okay, I think we're up to date now. So MrRaiden is in the archives now, heading off to fight C. I think we're going to see the a very old skip, very popular one, is the Duke skip. It lets you roll off the elevator and sort of just skip the whole section where you have to die to the fake C fight. And of course, you can imagine that being a lot faster than going through the prison and dealing with all the what do you call them?
Yeah, it saves around 6 or 7 minutes if he gets it first try. Oh, he also killed another crystal golem. Another needed thing to enter the DLC.
Yep,
this golem is always there, but he drops an item if you free Dusk before killing him.
Oh, MrRaiden failed the first Duke skip there.
Ooh, spoilers on my end.
Oh, sorry, oh no.
No worries. No worries. Just... of course. Twitch giving me an ad when I restart to get rid of my goddamn delay.
That's alright. Again, apologies to everyone watching about the difficulties we're having. Hopefully you're enjoying the runs. And... oh, MrRaiden, he messed up the skip there again. It's another spoiler for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I have like 5 seconds delay to you.
Standing block there, just to demonstrate his impatience for what's happening. It's alright, let's see if he gets it this time.
That's always a good thing to do when you wait, just spam block because it looks silly.
Yeah. Ooh, that was an interesting sort of thing that happened there.
Ooh, let's see it. Ooh. Yeah, he has kind of a problem with his angle, I think. And his timing also. That's why I personally prefer to, on the sideway land, I prefer to go up all the way so I can angle a bit better. But you can also just stand in the middle. Yeah,
so MrRaiden, he went to do the quit out but ended up in the reverse your X-axis menu, and that's a common thing that can happen, and because of that he unfortunately wasn't able to quit out fast enough and died, and the run back to Duke's archives takes quite a long time, so...
yeah, that's quite a big time loss. I think Red might actually be ahead now.
Yeah, he might be. It's a bit harder to tell now because of the
It's a bit hard to tell, but we should be able after the DLC. Oh no, wait, since he already killed Gwendolyn and Priscilla.
Oh, right, yeah.
So yeah, we are a bit clueless, but I think 2RED is actually ahead now with that unfortunate death from Raiden. Still a close game, yes. And how unbelievable it is, but if Raiden gets Duke Skip in the next 2 or 3 tries now, he still saves time to the normal way.
Yeah.
That's how much time this single small skip saves.
It's really good.
And Red
there is an alternative. Oh, we got hit by the boar.
Oh no.
Boring.
Not
but yeah,
good at ball control.
An alternative to the Duke skip, where what you can do is it's a recent thing called the Duke up walk. And it's where you send the elevator up and you sort of like edge your way off onto where the elevator would be if it was on the bottom. And you quit out and it puts you on the top again, but clipping out of bounds. And you're stable there for a bit, so you can use fall control, and then fall off through 2 of the fake floors, and then onto one of the real ones, and do one of those fall control quit outs. And that's It's quite a bit slower actually, like about 15 seconds, but
yeah, it's about 15 seconds
safer.
slower.
Yeah.
But it looks cooler.
Dusk Freed.
Ooh, that boy was angry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Red also freeing Dusk. And
MrRaiden, remembering he's already taken out the Crystal Golem and not like giving into muscle memory and taking him out again.
Yeah, that's one of the hard parts. If you mess up something, normally you reset at a death to Duke skip. But since this is a race, they don't reset, so muscle memory can mess them up at some points.
Yeah, and in a no reset sort of situation, there's a lot of situations which you just are not practiced for unless you've specifically practiced this sort of run with no resets. That might be a bit obvious, but you know what I mean. And he... Oh, no, not quite. He's not... Yeah, having a bit of trouble with the Duke skip.
Yeah, Duke skip is just one of these things. It's not that hard of a skip, but if you fail it once, you just fail it a ton because you kind of lose confidence for a moment.
Yeah.
And then you start to question your angle, if you position yourself correctly, all these things, and they just mess with your head and you miss it over and over until you take a deep breath and just do it how you practiced it.
Ah, and again. That's unfortunate.
Well, it's okay as long as he doesn't die.
I know when you fail a skip like this many times in a row, it can start to get a bit frustrating, and you can get a bit tilted, but hopefully you keep cool head and you can manage to get this skip going.
Yeah, that's the most important part about tournament races like this. Keeping a cool head even though something doesn't go really well.
Yeah.
And since he emotes to us, I think he still has a cool head.
Yeah.
Oh, Red getting pushed by Siffer.
Ah, and he makes it. Very nice. So now MrRaiden's going to progress through to Sith, and 2RED has taken out Sith. Now he's going to head off to do the Moonlight Butterfly.
Or he does Thief segment now. I'm not sure what he does first. Oh yeah, he does Moonlight Butterfly. I forgot that you are like 5 seconds ahead, so you know the future.
Yeah, I can see the future. Yeah, so he's heading upstairs now. Moonlight Butterfly, with this amount of HP, there's not much that can go wrong.
Yeah, and especially with magic, you kill him a bit faster than with bombs, and you can't miss.
He's even equipping the stone armor just so he can poise through the attack, so he doesn't even stagger when he gets hit while casting.
Maximum Peach, that's how I know my boy Red.
Maximum Peach.
But keeping the gargoyle helm on, so bonus points at pink again.
It neutralizes the peaches, but he also has the helm, so...
Yeah.
No manly drop from MrRaiden. Oh, that's like a sort of manly drop. That counts.
That's the boy drop.
That's the boy drop. But you know what? That's alright.
That's totally fine. We don't want to see another Captain here.
Yeah, no Peach shaming here.
Nah.
Oh
no!
Peach. Oh, MrRaiden.
Oh no! Don't.
He wasn't quite paying attention to his pathing there, and he fell off the invisible bridge on the way to Sith.
Oh no!
That is a colossal loss.
Oh.
2RED2Game is firmly ahead now.
Yeah, 2RED is ahead by a lot now. And he couldn't even quit out that fast because the kill box is so high in this area. Like, you fall off and a second later you're dead. And the moment you realized you fell off, you try to do the inputs, but you won't even get close to the menu where you need to be.
Yeah. So that's quite unfortunate, but we will see.
It's still an open race. The DLC
is still an open race.
The DLC has the hardest bosses.
That's true.
Not the most RNG heavy bosses, but for sure the hardest bosses. But since Red is not using RTSR, he actually can just tank everything.
He can. It's working out for him. It's kind of...
It's working for him, yeah.
Kind of strange, but yeah, it's cool. We'll see if it's good enough. But, I mean, dealing less damage on Calamite especially is going to be a bit of a problem.
I think without the RTSR he needs 5, at maximum 6 hits, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's less than optimal, but should be mostly okay.
Should be totally fine, especially since he can tank like 5 hits.
MrRaiden showing that block spam again.
Block spam is good.
Yeah. Definitely an underrated strat. So 2RED's going to use full control while doing juke skip. So that means he just won't take any damage on the way down. Just a bit more safe. Let's see if he gets it. First part done. And the roll. Good angle. He did it. Hopefully MrRaiden has the same luck and he can get a first try this time.
I hope so. Well, let's see. 2RED could actually do a fall control drop in the crystal cave since he has fall control.
That's right. There's a cool drop. I'm not sure if he'll build or not, where you can just jump to the left and land on one of the invisible bridges.
Yeah, you pretty much jump over Killbox.
Yeah.
It looks super scary, but it's super cool.
Yeah.
And only saves roughly 2 seconds RTA.
Hey, MrRaiden made it. First try.
Wonderful.
Here we go. 2RED heading down to the crystal cave. Let's see if he puts on the full control and jumps to the left. I think he would.
He will full control anyways, since he has no RTSR, but I hope he does the drop.
Oh, no, he's not.
He's not? Oh, Red. Oh, Red. At least manly drop. I hope so.
Oh, boy drop.
Oh, Red.
This is fine. No, you know what? No peach shaming. No peach
no
shaming.
No peach shaming in this race.
In a tournament, you're allowed to peach as much as you want, because... I mean, obviously, in a run where you can reset whenever you want, you can just risk it all and just go again, but you've only got one take here, so both players feel free to peach as much as they want.
Yeah, and even though it looks they are pretty close to each other, 2RED killed a few bosses that Raiden didn't kill, since he did a kind of different order in his bosses. So 2RED is ahead by like 4 or 5 bosses now.
Yeah, I had a dead point, so I wasn't sure what I missed, but yeah, 2RED's definitely ahead.
Well, it could go wrong for 2RED here. He could get cursed in the... Not that I want to jinx anything, obviously.
Yeah, hopefully not. Don't say, you can't say that kind of stuff. You know he has a commentator, you have a lot of power.
Yeah, I know. I'm not used to so much power. And he didn't hit the crystal.
Yeah, he threw a firebomb, but he missed the crystal. Which is kind of a shame. Obviously, the crystal is needed to take up crystal before you can actually start dealing damage to Seek. Because that's what gives him his immortality. Hashtag lore.
Yeah, very important lore. I guess since this boss is such a pushover, he needs immortality to even have a slight chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the biggest and strongest creatures in the universe is pretty much the biggest pushover in the game. And
yeah.
On Raiden's side we will see how the fight is really done. And 2-shot.
Nice.
Easy boss.
Yeah, RTSR making a big difference, you can tell. But not as big of a difference as you would have thought.
Yeah, on these bosses not too much, but as soon as we get to the DLC with Manus, Artorias, and especially Calamite, it will make a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, Brute. Raiden has to do all these bosses while Red already done them. And also Gwendolyn, correct.
Yeah, so MrRaiden doing butterfly now. He's going to use the fire bombs. So he's going to is he going to free aim it?
I hope he does. Free aiming looks good.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Also, it's more consistent if you're good at free aiming. Yeah, he free aims them.
Nice. And 2RED, he's going to do the DLC and fight the Sanctuary Guardian, which is the boss with, it's quite fast, very quick boss, but it's got a very low health pool. And when you got a DT +5, you can take him out very quickly.
Yeah.
That being said, though, he can do the lightning attack spams.
Yep. If your name is Mr. Brood, you love Guardian. It's your favorite boss in the game. And I will do this joke until this tournament is over.
I'm glad. I wouldn't have it any other way. It doesn't, it's almost take him out. And there we go.
Okay, he's dead on as much as I hear it.
Yeah, there we go. Guardian's down. And MrRaiden too, I think he's about to head off to the DLC as well.
Yeah, he should head to the DLC now.
So 2RED taking the safety bonfire here. Smart move.
Yeah, and I hope Raiden actually plays the DLC a bit safer, because 2RED probably won't die in the DLC with his HP pool. But Raiden has a high chance of dying since he uses RTSR. It just needs he just needs to get unlucky one time and he loses a ton of time again. So I hope he plays it safe. Rather take like 5 seconds.
Guardian.
Yeah, RTSR DT +5 Guardian is a really good fight, gotta say.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of fights are very nice for DT +5.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty busted when move swapped. And so 2RED's heading off to do the Royal Wood skip. Now,
I love the skip.
This used to be impossible without fall control, and it used to be a lot trickier to do. But what you'll see here is one of those plunges again. So he's going to do one of the plunge setups. He's going to sort of clip on the edge of the shortcut elevator there, and he's going to just do a roll. And he can iframe the fall damage there, like you see. And he's going to head off, just buy some items first, and then head off to do Artorias. Lloyd's talismans will be useful later on for the chest,
also
which
Red
has a key in it.
Red used the superior setup.
Sorry?
Red used the superior setup for Royal Wood skip at least.
Oh yeah.
The Stennis setup is the best setup, and
it is. It never goes wrong. 100% consistent.
Yeah. So yeah, Raiden could have one-shot Guardian actually, but he needed counter hits for that. But sadly he didn't hit the black body parts of Guardian because he didn't get an attack where he could do it, so it was a two-shot, still a super quick fight.
Yeah. And 2RED, he's on Artorias now, he's almost taken him out. There we go. It was a bit slower than it would be with RTSR, but it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, with RTSR, Artorias is a two-shot. And Artorias is actually my favorite boss in the game to fight casually. It's such a fun fight.
It is such a good fight. It's really well made. And MrRaiden, he's also going to head off and do the Royal Wood skip. See how that goes. So 2RED, he's running back. Looks like he's backtracking, but what he's actually doing here is he needs to see Calamite. So you've got to sort of visit the Calamite boss fight area, see him flying around, before you talk to Hawkeye Goth, who will shoot him down for you once you get the right key. But you need to first go there, so he needs to go down this valley twice at least, assuming he doesn't die, which cross fingers he will not die. We'll see.
Well, we hope he won't die.
Yeah.
And sadly we can't see the cutscene where Goth shoots down Calamite.
Yeah.
It's such a good cutscene.
That's the greatest tragedy.
One more reason to not speedrun this game, to be honest.
MrRaiden sending up the elevator. It's a safe move so that if he does die at Artorias here, he can just take the elevator down. He doesn't need to think about doing that skip again.
He actually didn't send it up.
Really?
He missed the trigger. He didn't went fully out of... Yeah. Oh, he's going for it now, okay. Yeah, you need to go fully out of the elevator room so you can actually activate the elevator, because the game wants to make sure that you come from that side and not like cheat your way down there. Who would ever do that?
Yeah. They knew about the skip.
They knew it from the start.
2RED doing a big full control down that elevator, that shortcut elevator there. And here comes the Artorias fight. Hopefully not with the grass crest shield equipped.
Well, he can have the grass crest shield. He will still quick roll.
Ah, he can. But he was move swapping the grass crest shield.
Oh, yeah, I saw that right now.
Dragon Tooth with the shield moveset? That's busted.
That sounds good. Sounds good for a meme run, actually.
So yeah, of course, with move swap, you can move swap any weapon of any other weapon. So that does work. It's just, as you can imagine, not fast.
Well, if you use a bone wheel shield, it's actually pretty strong.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, just imagine this big Dragon Tooth getting spinned around.
MrRaiden did get taken out by Artorias.
Oh no! Oh, he got a jump at the start.
That's not good.
Ooh. But he took the bonfire and used the elevator, so it's not too big of a deal. It's like a 2 or 3 minute time loss, but he can make up. This is
why we don't peach shame. This is why we just.
This is why we don't peach shame, exactly. But yeah, again, this race is far from over. There's so much that can go wrong, even though it's unlikely. Because this is Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And if Dark Souls says you die, you die. No discussion, you just die.
That's how it is. So, 2RED, he's on his way to fight Manus. Manus is a, I think he has... Does he have the highest health pool in the game?
I'm not sure, actually, if Manus has the highest health pool. I think
he might. If not, he's amongst the highest. So it's a lot of health,
but I think around the single enemy bosses, he has the highest health bar. I think the only health bar that is bigger is 4 Kings, but that's not a single boss. They just share a health bar.
Yeah. That's true. So he's going to use Hidden Body while running through Chasm of the Abyss. Because the humanity sprites around here, they can sort of just, like, spook their way into you and, deal some unwanted damage.
Well, not only them, but the sorcerers.
Also, yeah, you're right.
They have dark magic, and they can kill him in 2 or 3 hits if they want to. So using Hidden Body is actually really good here.
Yeah, it'd be mad not to, basically. No Fog Gate skip, that's a shame.
Red. Peaching everything today.
MrRaiden died again to Artorias. That's...
Oh no.
Ooh. That hurts.
Oh, that was an unlucky death.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should lock onto Artorias when you go for attacks, so something like that doesn't happen where you slide off to the side.
Yeah. Locking on's a double-edged sword in this game. Because you can't run to the side, it forces you to roll when you're locked on. And also your movement's a bit restricted. Sometimes you want to do it, sometimes you don't. Just gotta learn when you want to do it and when you don't.
So yeah, Red casually tanking Manus, because why not?
Yeah, because he can.
Almost
done now. That's the rain attack. Oh, you started walking there. That's scary. Double rain? Sure.
Oh, sounds great. Can't wait to see that in a few seconds.
So Manus has 3 of those magic attacks. He's got the shotgun, which is a forward attack. He's got the rain, which is just coming from the sky, you gotta run around. And then he's got the outward coming in sort of sprites. And that's Manus down.
Yeah, The outward attack is the best, because you can attack him twice while he does that, and there's no way that this attack hits you if you are close to him.
That's right, and he does this like scream afterwards, which gives you more time to do stuff.
Yeah, it's just a nice attack. And if you get that twice in a row in a single fight, you should try to play Lotto. In the lottery.
Yeah, you definitely should. So MrRaiden, third time's the charm. Fingers are crossed.
Yeah, I hope he wins this fight now. And I hope he does a two-shot.
Ah, look at that. Very clean. And now 2RED, he's going after Hawkeye Goth. He's gonna enlist his help to shoot down Calamite so that the fight is doable.
No, I'm glad. Raiden is really keeping his calm, I think. Even though it goes bad for him, he gets really unlucky, but he keeps his calm. That's respectable.
Definitely. Gotta have a strong willpower to speedrun this game.
Yeah. And they're also both a bit under stress, since it's one of the first times for both of them to play in front of a huge crowd.
Yeah.
Raiden's getting a bit confused with the way here.
Yeah, he got a bit disoriented there.
He forgot to attune his hidden body.
Oh, right, for the dogs in the valley. So my 2RED stream seems to be a bit frozen. I think that's
it's also frozen for you. Good.
Yeah, I think everyone's seeing that
right now.
That's alright. Should clear up pretty soon.
So yeah, let's hope Red doesn't appear in the kill when we see his screen again.
Oh yeah. I got here legit, guys, I promise.
I just found a new glitch on accident. Fell through the map.
I promise. Trust me.
The German internet for Red is striking. Maybe you shouldn't download so much anime.
Chinese cartoons. So yeah, they're in the same place right now, but 2RED's quite ahead because MrRaiden is just activating the fight so Goth can shoot him down later.
Yeah, I think
2RED is actually fighting it.
Red is ahead by a good 7 or 8, maybe even 10 minutes at this point.
Yeah, possibly. Definitely favored for 2RED, but to be perfectly honest, there is still very much a chance Raiden can pull through.
Very much, yeah. Because Raiden is a good player. He can pull off something.
Yeah. And one thing to note here is that he can't do the he didn't pick up full control, so he can't just drop down the chute like 2RED did. So he's got to go around the edge like this. So that's some slightly longer pathing. And that's Calamite down. Pretty nice fight.
Yeah, pretty good for not having RTSR. If he had RTSR, he could have killed him in 3 hits, but he would have actually died in the fight because he got hit once. So the no RTSR paying off for Red again. I think by this point he's pretty happy that he died on the way there. Because that saved him a lot of times by now.
Yeah. Honestly. Like, overall, if you had the red tier stone, it would be way closer. So he's heading off to the catacombs now. He's gonna fight the hardest boss in the game.
Oh, yeah. So this boss is probably the make and break of the race now.
Honestly, he's very spooky. We'll just tell you that much. He's, let's say he's 3 bosses in 1.
Yeah. And every good DS1 player should at least become one of the bosses in life.
Oh, do you reckon 2RED will wear one of the masks?
Yep, exactly. Become daddy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. If he gets the Mask of the Child, I think that might save time? Probably not.
I'm not sure. Like, having the Grass Crest shield saves roughly a second every minute of running. So the mask probably won't make up for the time you need to wait for Pinwheel to die and then to pick up his item. Since there's not a lot of running left for Red.
Yeah, and Dan Flash makes a good point. It's going to be 2 Septillion Kings for 2RED because of no RTSR.
Well, in reality, it will be either 2 or 3 kings. I think even without RTSR and DT plus 5, he can get 2 kings. And I think he just died.
Yeah, he did.
He did? Okay, then I saw it correctly that his health bar went down.
I thought he might have died, but I was like, oh, he quit out, surely. He's alright. But no, he didn't make it, unfortunately. This is MrRaiden's chance to catch up!
Yeah, that's like a good 3 minutes time loss there for Red.
Let's see if MrRaiden does the fog gate skip for Manus.
That would be cool. That would be cool to see.
Let's see. Go left. It's gonna go left. I went right. That's a shame. So if you don't know, the fog gate skip is you can jump to the left area there, and if you jump right, you can land on a bit of a platform and fall right into the Manus fight straight away. Saves a bit of time. It's pretty good.
Yeah, also you don't need to watch cutscenes, even though it's a good cutscene, but who needs cutscenes?
Yeah. You don't
we
watch
skip
it
them
anyways.
anyways.
Alright, 2RED giving that full control another attempt.
Let's hope he doesn't crash. Aye.
And he made it. But these bone wheels.
Nice.
Bone wheels are quite scary. Although he's got a lot of health, so he's probably going to be alright.
Hey, Twitch is not being nice to me right now. I'm getting constant buffering.
Ah, mine's just again buffering too. So MrRaiden's fighting Manus now. Hopefully you can take him out.
Ooh, he got hit.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, the moment I got a picture back, I just saw him getting wiped off the floor and unlucky. He got the YOLO combo.
So I can imagine, I figured 2RED's just taken out Pinwheel.
Yeah,
no
2RED just killed Pinwheel. In a single hit. Yeah, the make or break boss didn't do it. Unlucky for Raiden, lucky for Red. But no style points since no Steph R2 finished.
Ah, yeah.
God praise Kamur. Do you have your picture back now?
Not yet. I assume that 2RED's going through the Tomb of the Giants now?
Yeah, he just went past the first fog gate.
Okay, no fog gate skip there either.
Yeah. Got at
it's
least
possible to skip that one
jump.
too, but yeah, it's a bit silly skipping that fog gate in a run.
Yeah.
At least the tournament run.
It's risky and doesn't save a lot of time. Raiden having a bit of problems with move swap right now.
Ooh. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, really unfortunate. I think it kind of starts getting to him. He needs to take a deep breath and calm his nerves a bit and then continue. And Red is almost at Nito, so Nito is another one of the Lord Souls that are mandatory to enter the last area of the game. But who cares about lore, to be honest? So,
yeah.
Another boss where we use the stone armor, because we don't care about getting hit in this fight, we just tank this boss. And his army of skeletons, which is the real boss, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. When you put all the armor on for a need, quite a comfy fight, because you can just tank hits from the skeletons, no problem, while just wailing away at the at Nito himself.
And even though Red just got hit by Nito, normally Nito should never hit you when you're close to him. But
yeah, his
hitboxes
are laughable
because he likes to do that. Red doing a really risky fight here, actually. Not waiting for Nito to walk up so the big skeletons aggroed on him.
Ooh.
But he got him down.
Yeah.
Scary fight. He is in RTSR range after it. And Raiden finishing off Manus. Really good. Ooh, and Red missing the bench skip.
Ah, no. Well, at least he went for it. Bench skip is one of those skips which is...
since he missed it, he lost 20 minutes, and Raiden
20 minutes
now.
at least.
At least.
Yeah, the bench skip is one of those little skips that is probably not worth it. It saves, like, probably less than a second, to be honest, and...
Yeah, it saves maybe a second, and if you miss it, you lose 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So totally worth to go for it every run.
So it's technically optimal, but whether or not that's worth it,
So Red making his way into New Londo Ruins to fight the 4 Kings. Normally you would need to go through the ghost house, get the key to the seal, let the water down, and then you can enter the fight. But we don't want to do that. That's boring, and we don't like the ghost house. Ghosts are scary. So what Red will do right now, he will jump out of the map and quit the game while having fall control to get out of bounds. Now
this is a pretty cool skip.
Yeah,
I've gained my picture back now, and so MrRaiden's heading off to Calamite, and 2RED has just successfully done seal skip. So he's now...
You're ahead again.
He's now yeah, I'm back. So there's somewhere where he's not supposed to be right now, and you see him running through the water. There's like the particle effects above his head, because it's not supposed to be here.
Yeah,
but
normally Hollows can't swim.
So he's not going to have RTSR for this, so it's going to be a bit different, but we'll see. So he drops the Thief Mask here. It doesn't really matter what you drop. You just want to drop something as a visual landmark to help him know where the second king spawns once he takes out the first one. So you see he runs directly in the direction where the first one spawns, and he's going to try and take him out as fast as possible. And that's it, dead. And now you notice he attacks him while he's dying. And that's something you can do in the 4 Kings, which is what allows you to do 3 Kings and even 2 Kings, is that you can deal damage to the 4 Kings while they are dying during their death animation. They still have their hitbox. And so a lot of speedrunners utilize that to try and get as few Kings as possible, because there's a fixed amount of time between each King spawning.
Yeah,
and ideally, you want to get as few as possible.
Around 20 seconds, I think, for every King to spawn, maybe 30?
Okay.
It feels long if you miss it and have to wait for another King.
Yeah, so he's going to get 3 Kings here, it looks like.
Yeah,
so that's the first
since he has no RTSR, he can't get 2 Kings.
So MrRaiden, he's almost done with Calamite. That's a pretty good attack to get right there, the one where he screams his head a bit.
That's a perfect opener.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh, missing one part of his attack.
Okay.
Very nice fight. Oh, Dan Flash telling us 40 seconds time loss if you get 3 Kings instead of 2.
Ooh.
That's a lot of time.
Amazing. So, MrRaiden, I think he's also going to head off to do Nito now.
Yeah, I think Red is just in the I don't care mode and just tanks the kill.
I forgot. MrRaiden's heading off to do Cap.
Yeah, Capra Demon time for MrRaiden. So 2RED already did these bosses that Raiden will do now. 2RED is actually on his way to the end of the game.
I didn't realize he'd done all the bosses, so
yeah, since he changed his boss order, I didn't realize that he is so close.
Yeah. So unless, you know, he gets some killing shenanigans.
Yeah, but again, no RTSRs. Not really a lot that could kill him.
Yeah. He could even just do move swap.
He
Move
probably
swap,
will do move swap when it's probably faster since he has no RTSR and also more consistent.
But he can definitely tank some hits from Gwyn if need be. He should be mostly okay.
He can tank a lot of hits since, well, his HP is really high and he has a lot of fire resist since he's such a high level.
Ooh. MrRaiden just missed the lower undead berg skip there with the jump. Let's see if he picks up the rubbish.
He picks up the rubbish for that.
He picks up the rubbish. That's a good
Perfect. That's an unwritten rule. If you miss that skip, you have to pick up the rubbish because it's on the way and it means your run is bad.
Yeah, it's dishonorable to not pick up the rubbish. See if he gets it this time. Yeah, again, he bounced off the wall and went too far to the right there.
Yeah, that happens when you are too far to the left. Then you actually land too far to the right.
Yeah.
But the skip is tricky, it's not as easy as it looks.
So here we go, move swap Gwyn. So basically he stun locks him like this by backstepping and attacking, but you see, it doesn't always work, he can get hit. The move swap Gwyn is not consistent, but it's fairly consistent. Oh, and there we go, Gwyn is down.
Gwyn is down. Nice.
Taking out all the bosses.
GG at 2RED.
GG.
Nice race.
There we go, there he has it. That's a 1:40.53. Very nicely done.
That's a nice time for his. And he's even green, so that's an RTA PB for him, at least. Let's see, custom credits? No.
No custom credits. But yeah, so back on MrRaiden. He's gonna keep doing lower undead berg skip, take out Capra. And we might want to get 2RED to hop in, maybe have a quick interview while we watch the rest of Raiden's run. Okay, nice. So I think 2RED should be quite happy with that.
Yeah, he should be. Especially since he doesn't need to run DS3 all achievements.
Oh boy.
He saved himself.
So MrRaiden equipping full stone armor just to be extra cautious here. And he's gonna head off to do the Gaping Dragon.
I think Capra Demon was a bit confused.
Yeah, he was like, he didn't really respond.
Yeah, look, it's from soft AI, sometimes it doesn't work properly. If he would have done Maildraker, this would have actually been really bad for him that Capra Demon is not active.
Yeah, because that uses Dark Bead to just one-shot him, and you're kind of relying on him running forward so the dogs don't hit you.
Yeah, since you practice it like that, if he comes at you, does his jump, just know when to attack.
I guess.
Hey Red,
hey,
congrats on your win, man.
Oh good.
How you feel?
Hyped.
Yeah.
I hope
More
you're
importantly,
happy.
how does it feel to not have to do a DS3 all achievements run?
Really, really good. I watched the SRL all the time, waiting for that Raiden finished.
Yeah, Raiden has a really unfortunate.
What happened to him so far?
The biggest time loss was probably in the Crystal Cave. He, on accident, ran off the invisible path.
Yeah. So he had to redo everything. He also messed up the dupe skip about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
But up until this point, this race was extremely close, actually.
This was so close. Like the whole, like most of the way, it was like anyone's game. It was really, I was on edge.
Yeah, we were at like, I don't know, 55 minutes and you two were still up to each other.
Yeah. Like even when you were having trouble at ONS, Raiden was as well. And you basically finished ONS at a pretty similar time.
Yeah, after that Iron Golem fight, I was like, okay, I'm at least 2 minutes behind now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Iron Golem fight was something special.
Oh boy. Also, I might want to say, bold move not picking up RTSR.
Yeah, I've just felt like it doesn't save enough time to go down there again.
Yeah, and we were saying, like, it worked out well for you. Because a lot of those fights, you took a bit of damage, and, like, if you actually RTSR'd that, it might have went a bit worse for you.
I mean, I played those way more YOLO than I would with up.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and I have to excuse myself, because I pretty much jinxed your death at the Valley of Drakes. I just said it, and like 2 seconds after I said it, you got pushed into the lightning and died.
Yeah, I blame me unequipping the pink helmet there.
Yeah.
Getting bad luck.
That's true.
So MrRaiden jumping into the guy there for the...
Wonderful.
It's another good meme. MrRaiden's been putting on a good show. He's been embracing a lot of memes. Good
So
on
you're
him.
right. What was your most scary moment in this run?
Most scary moment. Good question. Probably the moment I walked through the Iron Golem Fog door and realized, oh shit, I don't have RTSR. This fight's gonna be really, really bad, because I didn't think about it at all. I was like, okay, no RTSR, no problem, I don't need it. Then I went through Iron Golem Fog and was like, oh wait, there's a problem here.
Yeah,
I don't know how to fight it guy without RTSR.
He just took out his entire health bar. You don't see that very often in speedrun.
I haven't seen Iron Golem's death animation in like half a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly I lost count of how much damage I dealt the second time I tried to push him off. I had no idea when he would stagger, and then, well, it didn't follow at all.
But yeah, nice that you kept your cool.
Yeah.
It was a good race in the end. Pretty nice run. Did you even PB with this run? Since you split green and blue?
It was a SRL PB of 18 seconds, but not
Ooh,
really.
Franka Z.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but MrRaiden, he just got hit by
Oh
Street Demon.
no!
That's a bit of a loss. He's doing the block spam there, the back step. Ouch indeed.
Yep. Yeah, really unlucky race for Raiden.
Ah, well, it doesn't seem too around to finish this, but okay.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm so glad I don't have to run this thing.
So,
We all waited for it.
who are you up against next? If I check the
Wolfie, I
board.
think.
Wolfie?
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you feel against Wolfie? Do you think you can win?
Well, he said after he lost against Captain that he will crush either of us. Doesn't matter who goes further.
Oh,
I
okay.
would like to return that talk, but you're supposed to respect the elderly, so I won't. And just say it's gonna be interesting, let's see.
Yeah, it will be an interesting match. Crapple Mage against DT +5.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be cool.
Let's see.
Good luck to you when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Real HD was 35-47 for Johanka. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna drop out now. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Alright,
thanks for having
congratulations
that
on the
interview,
win.
Ross.
Thanks for joining us.
And congrats again, yeah.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Nice win,
Good luck.
and I'm happy to see you next race.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Right,
Okay,
back at Mr. Raiden.
killed Stray Demon.
He's picked up the Peculiar Doll now. I think he's
So
gonna head
what's
off
left
to-
for Raiden? Oh, getting the
think he has-
Bull Knight Sword, actually.
He hasn't done Analondo, has he?
No, he still needs to do Gwendolyn, he still needs to do Priscilla,
Catacombs.
and Four Kings. And I think
He's
also
doing Catacombs
Nido.
now.
Oh yeah, then he also has to do Nido now.
And don't forget Pinwheel.
Yeah, Pinwheel, obviously. How could I ever forget? So Raiden has like 10 to 15 more minutes of running to do.
We'll see how quickly you can do it though.
Yeah, that... I think now that he knows that he lost the race, I think he's way more chilled out now, and
Yeah, the pressure's off.
the pressure's gone.
Yeah.
And it's still a nice run. He got so
Yeah.
unlucky at some points, but he really tries his best.
Don't quit out here.
Yeah, that quit out is good. Otherwise, the skeletons can block you. Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
can
true.
I leave you alone for 2 minutes?
Sure thing, sure thing.
Okay.
I'll try to manage.
Good.
Oh no, it's just me. Well, MrRaiden, he's got his hidden body on. Oh, oh, he's going... Okay. I think he was going for the plunge there, the catacombs plunge. Let's see if he tries it. So he's gonna run back, put the hidden body back on, just to be safe, because he doesn't want skeletons messing around with him while he tries to do this really cool skip. Check this out. Oh, I didn't make it. Alright. So the intention there, I'm not sure if he'll go for it next time, but the goal is it's another one of those plunge drops, like the Royal Wood skip, where you can roll the fall damage and you can just iframe it, and you can just get down really quickly. And of course, he doesn't have full control like 2RED did, so he has to kind of resort to strats like this, or just going down the conventional way, which is like, I don't know, 6 seconds slower maybe more than that. Yeah. Yeah, check this out. So he's gonna run back now, and I don't know, I kind of hope he gives it a second go and he gets it, because it's a pretty cool plunge. Wow, 2RED finished in 0-0-0. That has got to be a world record. Beating the game before he even started. So hidden body back on. Let's see if he goes for it.
Okay, I'm back.
And he's going for it. He's going for the catacombs plunge.
Oh, he's going for the plunge. I guess
And
that's why he died?
He died the first time, yes. But
Yeah, I was wondering when I got back into my room why he's running again. I thought he might have gotten killed by bone wheels, but going for the plunge, style points.
Yeah, style points. And I'm really hoping he picks up the mask from Pinwheel.
Yeah. That would be the best.
And if he does, my money is on Mask of the Father.
Your money is on Mask of the Father. I say Mask of the
Child. Alright, hopefully we get to find out.
I hope so.
Oh no, he's moving on.
Oh no.
We'll never know.
How can I sleep at night now?
Yeah. What was it? It was probably Mask of the Mother. Let's compromise. Let's say it was Mask of the Mother.
Let's say Mask of the Mother.
GG's. So Tomb of the Giants is a place which is very annoying for a first playthrough because, well, you can't see unless you got like a Sunlight Maggot or a Skull Lantern. But in a speed run, you know exactly where to run.
Yeah, so and you just do a jump into nothing, knowing you will land safely. The usual, you know.
Yeah. Oh, got hit by the giant skeleton there.
Oh, that's scary. He doesn't have the biggest HP pool.
2RED. Oh, his timer looks a bit different. Thinking. Thinking, colon.
Oh god, Red. Oh, I love this dude.
That looks like a 7 to me.
You mean he took 7 hours?
Yeah, it looks like he took 7 hours. I guess Raiden still has a chance though.
Yeah, Raiden has a really good chance now.
Yeah, he's just gotta, in the next 5 hours, as long as he can.
Yeah, he can go explore a bit, do a bit of lore. Ooh, that pinwheel does a lot of damage.
So here we go, Nito fight for MrRaiden. So he's got the stone armor. Oh, he's going for a plunge. He didn't get the roll though.
Going for the Nito plunge, wow.
Yeah, it's some next level strats.
Raiden really showing what's possible in this game.
Oh, got hit by the scream there.
Oh.
The Gravelord sword dance sort of attack.
It's one of the coolest looking miracles in the game, but also one of the most
yeah.
useless.
Unfortunately.
I tried this miracle in a miracle only run. It's so bad. Don't use
It's kind of like
kids.
a reskinned Chaos Firestorm though.
Yeah, just with a worse damage, worse hitbox. But he got Nido down. So where do we go next?
And where's he gonna go now?
Yeah, tell me the future.
I think he's alt-tabbed looking at his notes. Oh, no, he's just posting in Discord.
Oh, giving a friendly GG before going back to running. Oh no, he actually reset his timer.
Oh. Oh, he's done for, I guess.
He is done for it? Okay.
That's alright. Should we get MrRaiden in?
Yeah, sure. Let's ask him if he wants to come in.
Okay, he doesn't. That's
he
alright.
Doesn't want to. That's understandable. Totally
That's understandable. But you know what? Very good attempt.
Yeah.
It was a close run for most of the way.
It was really fun to watch.
It was definitely very fun to watch. This has been a great match. I guess thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
So we will have 2 more races today, actually. At
That's right.
12 p.m. EDT, which is, I think, 6 p.m. Europe time. We will have Sestutin against Pink and Orange and Gold on Speed Gaming 3, commentated by Captain Toinon and Mildred. And later today at 3 p.m. EDT, which is 9 p.m. European time, we will have Dan Flash against Mecha Pope, commentated by Zestrain and by me. So I hope everyone will watch these races. And yeah, thanks for being here. Please follow the runners. They are both great.
Yeah. I hope you had a great time.
We for sure had a great time.
All right. I guess we better head off. See you, everyone.
Let's hop out. Goodbye.
Bye.